So warm welcome back to the channel, and it is absolutely stunning here today. Really nice weather, but we need to get on and get this front floor section sorted out on the Porsche 944. So the piece where the bulkhead meets the floor, that will need sorting out. The piece of floor that I've already put in, I've actually welded that in off camera and ground it back, so we'll show you that. So that's all done, and we need to install that jacking point that isn't a jacking point. Now, I do keep joking about this jacking point, but the reality is it is actually a jacking point. The problem is it's not really strong enough to jack the car up on, which is why you shouldn't jack it up on there. But there is a bit of a hack with this as well. I found a cheaper alternative. So if you look for a jacking point panel, I think it's just over £100, £110, something like that, from the Porsche suppliers. But I found a cheaper alternative, and as far as I can see, it's identical to the one that came off. So I'll show you that as well. Stick around. So I've run a seam of weld across this floor, and I need to sort out this front piece. Obviously there's a big hole here. Now this piece obviously is where the jacking point was underneath. This bracket here is the bracket for the ECU, or the footrest that the ECU mounts onto, and this bit here is the bulkhead. So I need to clean up the bulkhead, probably take that across there, something like that. And then if I take the floor across here, somewhere along there, I can take this off and remake the floor, and then remake the bulkhead. So when I put this back on, I can use the footrest to position it. So it's a little bit difficult to get in here and show you what I'm doing, but I've cut this piece of floor out and the piece of bulkhead. Now the bulkhead is double skinned, and this outer skin was quite rusty on the inside, but it was only surface rust. And what I've managed to do there is sandblast it. Now I've had this little handheld sandblaster for a little while. I bought it secondhand, never got around to using it, but I thought it'd be ideal for doing this, and it's worked out really well. So that's cleaned up really nicely. So I'll put some rust converter on there now, and then prime it, and then we can get this bulkhead panel put in. So the bulkhead panel comes in, obviously welds onto here. This was actually MIG welded from the factory. So I can get this piece welded in here, and then I can make the floor piece to go in there. Once the floor piece is in, I can put that mount back in. But the first thing I need to do now is template this and get this primed and sorted out. So I've got this floor section all cleaned up. I primed this inner, or the outer bulkhead rather. So this panel has all been primed. I do need to grind back this edge because this is where it's going to weld to the floor. It is actually MIG welded from the factory there. And I made this panel yesterday. I didn't film making it. It took me far longer to make than I care to admit. But and I'm still not 100% happy with it, but it does fit pretty well. So I'll get this tacked and welded in, and then we can move on to making this floor section here. So after struggling to work around the GoPro to get this welded in, turns out the GoPro had overheated and didn't record anything anyway. It was difficult to get in here. It hasn't welded particularly nice. There is a slight hole there which I need to sort out, but that needs cleaning up. But also I went to start cleaning it, and the bearing on the end of the finger sander is seized, so it just throws the belt off. So I've got to order a new arm for this. So the next bit now, I'll get on and make this floor section, but I'll pattern this from underneath, I think. So I kick things off by trimming the previously repaired middle sill and inner wing to give me a much better idea of how much metal I have left to weld to. So I've got my phone lying on the floor here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I need to fill in this floor piece. Now I should have extended this bulkhead piece back to here, but for some reason didn't think to do that. So I need to add a piece into there. That's not really an issue. But what I want to do next is this floor here. So I need to template this out, which I've done. So this level and this level are basically the same. Obviously it tips up here, and then it tips up here to meet the bulkhead. So if I put that on there, give or take. So that's got those folds in there to match up with that. That's the level for this. That needs to be trimmed in, this needs to be trimmed in around here, and that needs to be folded up into that corner. and I need to add a lip onto this edge here to weld onto. So I'm going to get on and make this next. So cut a piece of steel off the big sheet, and I just need to transfer this basically onto here. So this edge was a complete edge, it just needs a slight curve on this edge. So that needs a lip, so we need to add that on. And the rest of it just needs to be trimmed, so bring that round. Again, we'll put slight extra on here because we've got to make that corner up. Cross there, cross there, cross there. So lip here, cut there, lip. So this all needs to be a lip, but there and there. So go across there, and these are roughly where the folds are going to be. So just trim this out a second. Give that a bit more. You can always trim it off afterwards. So at the moment this is pure guesswork as to how much it needs to be bent. Needs to be bent 90 degrees. So we're back on the floor, and it is a bit windy out, so you might get a bit of wind noise on this, I'm sorry. I've extended this plate out now to finish this off. Like I said, I don't know why I didn't make this longer in the first place, but seamlessly welded across there and spot welded down here. Left the bottom one ready so I can put this panel in. So this is the panel you saw me making a minute ago, and I've got that all trimmed up and fitting really nicely. Really happy with this. It's going to need a little bit of a tweak here and there just as I'm welding it. Obviously the floor's been bashed about and cut and all sorts, so that should fit in there quite nicely. And obviously the jacking point is going to sit over this. Now, as far as I can see, the jacking point basically rests on the inner sill. And although you wouldn't use this point to jack up the car, I think in theory it is used for like the two-poster ramp. The pad should go on it. So I have made this panel out of the thicker metal, and also this is thicker metal than the actual floor. This section isn't. But what I'm going to do is when I come to do the inner sill, I will also make that out of thicker metal. I'll put a slightly bigger flange on it just to get a bit more strength. And I may even double skin this area just to give it as much strength as possible. And then, in theory, we should be able to use that for the two-poster ramp to lift it up on. But the next job now is to get this welded in. So I'm going to tack it in place and weld it. Now, I can't film this from this angle because obviously all the weld splatter will be falling on the camera. So I'm going to get this welded in and I'll bring you back. That's it all welded in. I'm just going to grind it back now and give it a coat of primer. All welded up and ground in. Got that little hole that was up there as well. So that's all cleaned up now. Next bit is to fit the jacking point. So with that plate now welded in, that completes the repairs to the floor and to the mid-sill. Obviously we still need to complete the inner sill and the outer sill, and we do need to reinstate those two jacking points. Now the middle jacking point I think you can reuse, it's just a case of cleaning it up and re-welding it, but the front one definitely too far gone and it needs to be replaced. Now if you have been enjoying the content and it's been helpful at all, please do consider subscribing to the channel. It makes a massive difference, and if you can, press the like button. There's a hype button now, or leave a comment. Basically any interaction with the channel, it all helps out. Now the front jacking point I've looked into replacing. I did consider making one because the panel itself is quite expensive. I think it's between 110 and 130 pounds depending on where you get it from, but I have found a cheaper alternative and I'll show you what I got. So this is the jacking point that came off the front of the car, and obviously in a pretty sorry state. That's part of the jacking point, that's part of a plate that's been welded over it. That looks like part of the jacking point there. Obviously it's quite a thick material. But if I show you a picture of the original one, it's actually quite big on the base, and this one doesn't seem to have been. Now it may have been trimmed down where obviously it's been welded over the years, but it doesn't really look like the one in the picture. However, I bought one of these. So this is from a Mark II Golf. And obviously I've done a fair bit of work over the years on Golfs and thought they looked fairly similar. Now when you consider that the Porsche panel is 110, 130 pound, I think I paid about 10 or 15 pound for this one. Now other than the fact it hasn't got this little dimple in it, size wise, it is exactly the same. There's no difference at all. The only difference between this and the Porsche panel is the actual base that it has a bigger panel here. So I'm going to use these instead because it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot quicker than trying to make that. If I want to, I can add this just by putting a grinder in there and just adding a slight dip to it. And if I feel I need to, I can add a plate to it to give it a bit more strength. But I think this is going to be fine. Like I said, the car technically won't really be jacked up on this anyway, so it's more for show than anything else. So it makes a lot more sense to pay 10-15 pound than 110, 115 pound. So we're going to get this one fitted to the car. So I've got the jacking point in place now. I stripped all the black primer off it, put some weld through primer on where the mating surfaces are, welded it into place, and now we've just coated it quickly with weld through primer just to stop it from flash rusting. So the next section now will be to sort out that inner sill, and obviously that's right above this, so we want to reinforce it to make this as strong as possible. But it's only this front section of the inner sill. Once that's sorted, we can sort out the outer sill, and then that is this sill section complete. I removed the 3 big rubber bungs out of this inner sill just to make sure they didn't get damaged when I started welding. The bottom of this inner sill section should have a flange on it that allows it to be welded to the inner floor. So first of all I'm going to trim off the rotten section, square everything up, and then start making some cardboard templates of the sections that I need to make up. Okay, so I have my rough templates here, and it's going to be too big to make in one go. I won't be able to fit it in and get it scribed in and stuff, so I'm going to make this piece separate anyway. There's a very slight deviation there between those two. And then this front piece I'm going to try and make in one piece, and then I thought there's a slight step here, slightly lower there than it is there. So I thought I might split this, but actually what I'll do is I'll make this as one lip, and I'll add a piece of plate under there, and that will reinforce that, because that's where that jacking point is. So I'm going to cut this out with a flange on it, and then I'm going to make another piece to go underneath it, and hopefully that should all marry up. Okay, so you can see where that stepped down there. So I'm just going to add 15mm to the bottom of here. And then roughly add 15 onto the bottom of there. Okay, so that's gone slightly thinner there, but that won't be an issue. So again, I had problems with the camera, and I managed to lose the clip of the inner sill being welded. But here I'm just starting to make the reinforcement panel just for that jacking point. And that's the jacking point reinforced. Just got to give it a coat of primer. So I've given this floor section another rub down and brushed on another coat of primer. So this is everything sealed up now. Obviously it needs a bit of seam sealer and some stone chip, etc., but that can all be done later on. This will get a proper spray finish later, but at the moment it's just brushed on just to seal it up. Obviously I've started mocking up the sill here, but that is the floor and the jacking point complete. That's that reinforcement plate there for the jacking point. That's all solid now, and obviously it's had a coat of epoxy primer. The only thing left to do now is that footrest mount. That needs to be reinstated. But again, we can do that in a bit. I need to dig the mount out and get the position for it. But it doesn't really need very much. It just needs a couple of strong tacks to hold that in place. So that is the inner floor all sorted out. So with that front jacking point now installed and reinforced, that completes the repairs to the inner sill and to the floor. And obviously the middle sill is already complete. They do need another coat of primer and some top coat and a bit of sealer, but that can be done later on. The only things left to do now are the outer panels and that central jacking point. Now the central jacking point needs to be cleaned up before it gets reinstated, but that shouldn't be a major issue. Then we need to fit the outer panels. Now the bottom of the rear quarter, that is the second half of the panel that we repaired. So that's straightforward, that should be able to go on. The sill panel, I'm not exactly pleased with the quality of it, and to be honest, I may modify it. I don't know yet, I'm still deciding what to do. But that will be done on the next video. So thanks for watching. Again, if you've been enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. It makes a massive difference to the channel. And I'll see you again shortly on the next one.